I always ask people like what they think the future of Star Atlas is going to be, and we all talk about what they've already done and what we could probably speculate is going to be maybe 80% sure coming into the game. But I think I want to change up the question and maybe ask you, just to get a different perspective. What do you not want to see in Star Atlas? I feel like that maybe hasn't been talked about too much. Like, what things do you not want this game to do that you think would be super, super detrimental to its existence in the in the gaming world?
Yeah, I mentioned Snow Crash a lot, but that book really affected me, and I think my perspective is the same as the one from the book. Whereas we're the early birds, and we're here, and we're trying to. Everybody has, you know, adversaries or whatever already,
Hmm.
and some uneasiness, but we're all moving in the same direction. Um, if Facebook, and we talked about this, or just somebody were to get into our space, they would not be moving in the same direction with us.
Right.
And so when people talk about like, there's going to be wars, there's going to be this, there's going to be that. If I have an enormous amount of assets under my command, why would I go to war with you when I could wait for Facebook to get here and make sure they don't interrupt our way of life? And if they were to buy, like we can invest in ships and we can have IDOs and we can invest more,
Hmm.
but we can't invest what Facebook could if they wanted to tomorrow.
Right.
And that's not going to change anytime soon. And so that's the enemy. The enemy would be, this is actually the metaverse. We've actually created something amazing. We've set up this decentralized world, and somebody comes and takes it from us just by sheer force of I guess capitalization. Um,
Right.
and so then it'll become a war, right? Like the movies and everything, and we'll have to fight back. And so that's really what worries me. I mean, it'll be a lot of fun until somebody goes, "Oh my God, I can monetize this in a horrifying way. Let me take it from all these guilds and give it to
Hmm.
myself." You know what I mean?
Right. It's kind of like it's kind of like family members. We can all beat up on each other and talk the shit and shoot the shit, whatever the case may be. But we do have to protect this core family and this first family slash community. And when somebody tries to come in here and change things and actually go against a grain of what we've all been working for, team and community, then yeah, we have to have the discipline and the respect for each other to band together and say, yo, we can't let them come in because those guys, they could actually rearrange this whole situation and we will have no control, and we'll all get screwed up. So yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my idea of a nightmare, especially like getting to the point like, my idea of a nightmare a long time ago was like people using wall hacks and aim bots, and you have to quit a
Mm,
game because you just can't
yeah.
compete. Like you can compete, right? But it's just so draining. And it just becomes not worth it. And so it's the same sort of thing here where like, okay, like we did all this and now you just bought $5 billion worth of ships, so that like I still would go to war, right? I would still go to my last breath, but it just is, that's the nightmare for me.
Yeah, it's a different game when we're all working towards getting these big capital ships and commander ships, and maybe one of us can grab ourselves a Titan ship, and maybe we could build a second one, right? But if somebody's able to come in and purchase 10 Titan ships, I mean, my God, it's game over for any of us. Somebody
Yeah.
like Meta and Facebook, now, mind you, they're obviously going to have crew members and people, pilots. So, just like Swags has said, and, a lot of us has said, obviously that can create job opportunities. But, then the argument comes, that could be good because it's creating job opportunities. But then we fall right back into the system of the real world that we're in right now, which is a big corporation comes in, they own the market, they can create the jobs. We then work for them, and decentralization and freedom all goes out the window, and it's just the same battle we're battling in real life, right?
Right. It's, well, that's, yeah, that's, I mean,
You
best
know,
case scenario would be that
yeah,
we're the Rebel Alliance and they're the
yep,
Empire, and so we still have a shot, right?
yep, yeah, and we hope that being early is a shot that plays out for us, because that is also the thing that we have on our side is we have a strong community, and we're early.
Absolutely.
We know the ins and outs, and I think that counts in the end.